Oh, can you hear me? I think you can hear me now. All right, so welcome to the show. Today we're going to be making chocolate chip cookies. Oh, not just any cookies, chocolate chip cookies. Just give us a second, we'll be right back. And just like that, we're back. Okay. Now, put in the comments if you can hear me because we were having a couple of issues with sound before, but I think you should be able to hear me now. Okay. So, as I was saying before, what we're going to be doing today is making chocolate chip cookies. Now, whose favorite is chocolate chip cookies? Everybody, right? Everybody loves them. Um, let's have a quick look at the ingredients first, shall we? Okay, so we've got 150 grams of butter, 200 grams of sugar. You can use white sugar or you can use brown sugar. You've got 2 egg yolks. Now, this is tricky. I hope you've got an adult helping you because you'll need to separate the white from the egg, from the yolk. So, you'll need two of the egg yolks. You'll need 225 grams of plain flour. You'll need 1/4 of a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, and you'll need 140 grams of chocolate chips. You know, I'm saying 140 grams, but if you want to put 150 or 200 grams of chocolate, you go ahead and you do that. If you don't like chocolate as much, that's fine. Put a little less than that. It'll still taste good. Now, I'm going to let you know what we're going to do today. I'm going to put a video up on the screen and we're going to go through the steps of the cookie making together. Does that sound good? Okay. And I'm going to let you know now there might be a quiz somewhere during the cookie making or maybe after. So I want you all to pay very close attention. Okay? So, shall we get started then? Okay. So, here's all our ingredients all together. You've got, first up, let's see, you've got your flour. Yeah. You've got your sugar. I've used brown sugar. You've got, what's up next? You've got your egg yolks. It looks like there's only one in there, but there's two in there. I've put some vanilla extract in. You can do that. You can leave it out. That's all right. Just a teaspoon should be enough. Then you've got your chocolate chips. Ooh, love me some chocolate chips. Who loves chocolate chips? Next up, you have some butter, and that butter has been melted. You've got your bicarbonate of soda, just 1/4 of a teaspoon. And those are all your ingredients. And say hi to the koala. Mr. Koala is watching us cook. All right, let's go. So, first up, does anyone know what happens first? Well, you get your bowl, that's what happens first. And you get your spatula because you'll need something to mix with. And you take all your wet ingredients, which is your butter, your egg, and your sugar, and your vanilla extract, and you mix them all up. Now, this is where your hands have got to be working. You're going to have to mix all of them together, not too excitedly and not too calmly, just the right amount of excitement. Mix those together till they form a sort of smooth mixture. And mix, mix, mix. Mixity mix. I hope you've got your ingredients at hand and I hope you're cooking along with me. Well, baking really. There you see the butter nicely combining with the other ingredients. What next, you ask? Well, your vanilla extract goes in next. And like I said, a teaspoon, dump that into the mixture, and guess what happens next? You mix, 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 and you mix, mix, mix. There you are. That's a good job you guys are doing. So we've got our dry ingredients left. So you combine the bicarbonate of soda with the flour. Make sure you get the chocolate chip cookies out of the way. You don't want any flour in those. So you combine and then you give it a little mix. We're doing a lot of mixing, aren't we? Yes, we are. So that makes sure that it's mixed all through the mixture. And guess what we do next? We combine the dry and the wet ingredients. Now, this is where you've got to have a lot of energy. I hope you've had your breakfast today because you're going to be mixing the flour into the wet ingredients to make your cookie dough. There you go. It's easy right now. It looks super easy, but it'll get tougher, trust me. So you hang in there, all right? And you keep mixing. Mr. Koala's watching and he's egging you on. Go on. Give that a good mix. We've got to make some good cookies. There you go. Don't forget, we've got one ingredient left, so you've got a good goal to go towards to get your favorite bit in, which is the chocolate chips. And if you get a little tired, you can ask an adult to help you. But mix, mix, mix. That's all we can say. There you are. It's looking good. It's looking better now. If you've managed to stick it out this far, I'm proud of you. You've got some good energy. There you go. You can see the mixture thickening nicely. And the last bit of the flour goes in. In you go, flour. And guess what we're going to do, folks? We're going to mix some more. Now, if you use brown sugar, your cookies will be a little chewy. And if you used white sugar, your cookies will be a little crumbly. Either way, they're yum. Now, you can go ahead and taste a bit of that and don't forget to say bye to Mr. Koala. You can taste a bit of the cookie dough because, you've got to taste test everything, right? In go your chocolate chips, and once you've given it a bit of a mix, that's what it looks like. A-okay, that's what it looks like. All right, now, this is the bit that I don't like very much, which is it goes to the fridge. You've got to keep it in there for a little while, for at least 20 minutes to half an hour. I know, but in the meanwhile, you can get your oven going. You can get a baking sheet. We've skipped ahead a bit, but you form it into balls and you put it on your baking sheet. And because it's the magic of the internet and because it's the magic of videos, we've skipped a couple of things, haven't we? The boring bits, really. But this is an interesting bit. If you want to keep an eye on this for a minute or two, you'll see something magical happening. Ooh, look at that. I love watching a cookie sink. Now, don't forget, baking is the fun bit, is mixing all of it together and rolling your cookie balls onto the sheet. But there's also the boring bits of cleaning up. It's what you've got to do. You've got to do it so you can get to the reward in the end, which is the cookies. Now, oh, look at them. Can you see them sink? I can see them sink. Now, as the cookies get warmer and start to cook, all the combined ingredients melt together and they go lower and lower. and then they form what you gobble up as a cookie. Now, I wanted to, while those cookies are in the oven, I was wondering, maybe I should test your knowledge. Maybe I should test your knowledge. Shall we have a little quiz? Only a tiny one. If you've been paying attention, then you'll definitely know the answers to this. Okay? Are you ready? Okay. All you have to do is, I'm going to read the question out, and then you just shout the answer out. Okay? Just shout it as loud as you can. All right. First question. How many grams of flour did we use in this recipe? Was it 225 grams? Was it 25 grams? Was it 325 grams? Or was it 250 grams? I'll give you a minute to think. If you're already shouting it out, and if you shouted out the right answer, good on you, because we're going to get to the answer in a couple of seconds. And that's the answer. If you guessed 225, you guessed right, and you've got a good memory. So we use 225 grams of plain flour in this recipe. Okay, I'm very proud of you. For all the ones who got it right, that's really good. And for all the ones who didn't, that's all right. You can always go back to the recipe, have a look at it, and remember the ingredients thereafter. Okay, shall we see? Oh, we've got some comments coming in. Okay, we'll get to those in a bit. But for now, let's go back to question 2. All right. Oh, this one's very sneaky. Not as sneaky as the next question, but quite sneaky. So, what animal featured on a coaster in the video? I don't know if you remember. There was a colorful coaster, and it had one of these animals on it. Was it a koala bear? Or maybe was it a horse? Or giraffe? Or was it a bear? Okay, are you shouting your answer out to the screen? I hope you are, because the answer is going to be on the screen in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're right. It was a koala bear, and his name's Mr. Koala. And he watched you bake. So do Mr. Koala proud with your cookies. I hope you are. All right. Are you ready for the last question? Okay, question 3. How many egg whites did we use in this recipe? I have to give this one a bit of a think. Was it 5? Was it 0? None? Was it 2? Or was it 1? Okay. I did say this question was a bit sneaky. Did you answer 0? Because that was the right answer. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed those quick questions. Shall we have a look at our cookies? I mean, it is the magic of video and the magic of the internet. So I'm going to grab a cookie and have one right now. You can, you're going to have to wait a little bit, obviously, because all good things, you have to wait for them. So while your cookies are in the oven or in the fridge right now, cooling down, let me show you what your cookie might look like. Ooh, look at that. And then I like them chewy, so they're soft in the middle. Shall I have a bite? What do you think? Should I have a bite? Okay, a tiny bite, only a tiny bite. See, now that's a good cookie. Now, while I chew, shall we have a couple of look at the comments? Oh, thanks, Kerry. They were yummy also. Oh, and there's a comment about how, well, I hope you learned how to cook them, Dean. And that's another comment from Dean. And I hope you've enjoyed watching just this short video about how to make these cookies. And I look forward to seeing how your cookies have turned out. I really do. So if you want to send them in, make sure you send them in to, let me put an email address up here. You can send them to this email address. It's asianassociation@obtmail.com. Or you can put your picture, you can ask an adult to put your picture of your cookies in the comments, and we'll make sure to share them so everybody knows how good they look. So we have just another bite of these delicious cookies. Look at that. Look at the chocolate chip on that. Okay, I'm gonna have my cookies, and I'm gonna look forward to seeing yours. I hope you've enjoyed. We're gonna go now, but should we have a quick look at the ingredients again? So you can ask an adult or a friend to take a picture of this, or you can ask us for it. You can send us an email to the email address down below, and we'll send you all those ingredients, the list of ingredients, if you want to have a look at them later, or if you can't do the cookies today, maybe another day. They're going to be good regardless of what day you make them on. And I wanted to say a small thank you, because this recipe was actually given to us by a professional baker. Um, and let me give you her name, because, you know, you can just get in touch with her if you want better recipes, or if you want to get a cake from her, because she makes some great cakes. So her name is Keswing Cakes. So thank you, Kerry from Keswing Cakes, for the delicious cookie recipe. I hope you kids enjoyed, and send us your pictures. Send us the pictures of your cookies. All right. So we'll see you soon.